Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's tutorial I will show you how to create this simple and cute wooden cart in Blender. From start to finish. We'll model the cart, then rig it without using bones or complex settings, so you can animate it in real time directly in the viewport without adding a bunch of keyframes. Finally, we'll finish everything with clean wooden textures. This tutorial is beginner friendly, so make sure to watch till the end to get the final result and learn the complete workflow. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, first press X, then delete the cube, then press Shift A, go to mesh, then add a plane. Then scale it up a little bit by pressing S, then press Tab to switch to edit mode. Now while all vertices are selected, press E to extrude it, then press Z to extrude it on the Z axis, then drag it out a little bit like this. Now press Tab again to switch back to object mode. Then press Shift A, go to mesh, then add a cube. Then scale it down by pressing S, like this, then press S, then Z, then scale it up. Now press 7 to go for top view, then move it aside to one of these corners. So press G, then X, then move it like this, then press G, then Y, then something to here. And also press G, then Z, then move it on the top of the plane, like this. Just arrange its position to put it on the plane fully. And also press S and Z. Let's scale it down the head on the Z axis. Then let's move it back on the plane. Now press R, then X, then rotate it a little bit, something like this. Then press G, then Y, then move it to front. And also this area, this side of the cube is on the air, it didn't touch the plane, so press G, then Z, then put it inside the plane. And I'll put this side also inside the plane by moving on the x-axis. Okay, I think it's perfectly aligned on the plane. Now select this cube, then go to the modifier tab and add a mirror modifier and change its axis to Y and turn off the x-axis. And in the mirror object, select the first plane. Okay, now we have mirrored it on the y-axis. Now also let's do it on the x-axis, so just turn on the x-axis back. Okay, now we have these 4 cubes aligned on the same rotation and position on the corners. Okay, now select the plane back, then press Shift D, then Z, then move it to the top of it, then press R, then Y, then enter 90 to rotate it 90 degrees on the Y axis. Now press S, then Z, then scale it down on the Z axis, something like this. Now press 7 to go for top view, then put this plane between these cubes. So press G, then X, then move it between these 2 cubes, like this, and also move it to the bottom. Okay, something to here. Okay, I think that's good. Now select this plane, then go to the modifier, then add an array modifier. And before we change these values, press Ctrl A, then select apply all, so this will be its default scale, rotation and location. Now make a right click, then set its origin to geometry. Now change other values to 0 and only change the value of the z-axis to 1. So to fix that, just increase a little bit the value of the z-axis like this, and let's decrease the height of these cubes. I don't need more than 2 planes in here, so select one of the cube, then press S, then Z, then scale it down, then press G, then Z, then move it to the bottom. Okay, I think that's good. Also, I will decrease the width of this cube to match with this plane, so select one of the cube, then press S, then X, then scale it down like this, and press G, then X, then move it to this side. These planes should not be shown outside of this cube, so make sure all the planes are inside this cube. Okay, I think that's good. And also we decrease the width of this side of the cube. Okay, now they are all perfectly aligned. Now let's duplicate, or let's mirror these planes to this side. So select this, then add a mirror modifier. Then go to the mirror modifier and select the mirror object as the plane, the bottom plane. Okay, so it's mirrored on the x-axis, so just leave it as there. Okay, now let's do for this side. So select these planes, press Shift T, then move it on the x-axis to here, then press R, then Z, then enter 90 to rotate it 90 degrees on the z-axis. Now press G, then Y, then move it to this corner, and press S, then X to scale it down on the x-axis. The mirrored object is next to this plane, so we don't want that. We really want to be mirrored on the opposite side. So in the mirror modifier, turn on this screen icon, so it will turn it off for now. Now let's adjust this plane's position. And also let's rotate it to match with this cube, its rotation. So press R, then X, then rotate it on the x-axis like this, and a little bit backward. Okay, I think it's aligned perfectly. Now select it back, then in the mirror modifier, change the axis to Y, and also select the plane again, then turn on this screen icon. Now it should perfectly put on the opposite direction of the first one. Okay, now we finished modeling this box. Now let's add the handle for it. So select one of these cubes, then press Shift T, then Y, then drag it to here, and also turn off all the modifiers, so you only get only one of the cube. Now press G, then X, then move it to this side. Also press 7 to get a better view, to align it straight to this one. So move it something to here to align with this side, and also press Alt R to remove its rotation. Now press R, then X, then enter 90. Now press G, then Z, and drag it down to here. Press 1 or 3 to go for side view, then press G, then Y, then put it inside these cubes a little bit like this. Okay, I think It's perfect now. Now, while you select this cube, press tab to switch to edit mode, then change this to face selection, then select this face right here, then press G, then Y, then move it out like this. I think that's perfect. Now, press Ctrl R to add loop cuts right here, then drag it down to here, something right here. Now change this to face selection, then select back this face again, then press G, then Z, then move it up a little bit like this. So we will get this something bendy like handle. Okay, now switch back to object mode by pressing tab, and let's see it in here how it looks like. I think that's perfect. Now let's switch back to edit mode by selecting the handle again, then press S, then scale it down a little bit like this. Okay, now switch back to object mode, then press Ctrl A, then apply all, then make a right click and set its origin to geometry. Now add a mirror modifier to it. It's hard to select the bottom plane, so I'll rotate it to here, then select the picker again and select this plane. Okay, now they are perfectly aligned. Okay, now let's model the wheel. So first press Shift A, go to mesh, then add a cylinder, then press R, then Y, then enter 90, then press S and scale it down like this, and S, then X to scale it on the X-axis only, and I think that will be enough. Okay, I think that's good. Then press G, then Z, then move it down to the bottom of the box. Okay, now press Shift A, go to mesh, then add a circle. Then press G, then X, then move it out something to here, then press R, then Y, then enter 90. Now press 1 or 3 or Ctrl 3 to go for side view. Then press G, then Z, then move it down a little bit until this point of the circle moves to the bottom of the sphere, the cylinder we created now. Okay, now let's see it from here. Then press G, then X, then move it near to the cylinder like this. And I think the wheel size is, let's decrease the wheel size, so press S, then scale it down a little bit like this. Okay, now switch to edit mode where you select the circle, then change this to vertex selection, then now press E, then X, then drag it out like this, then press A to select all the vertices, then press E, then S, then drag it down like this. Okay, I think that's good. Now change this to face selection, then deselect everything by selecting an empty area, then select one face, then jump 3 faces and select again a new face by holding Shift. Now press Ctrl Shift plus until it selects all around the faces, until it selects all the faces. Now press E, then S, then scale it down like this, something to here. Okay, I think that's good. Now press tab to switch to object mode, then press Ctrl A, then select apply all, then make a right click and set its origin to geometry. Now select this cylinder again, then press Shift D to duplicate it, then press G, then X, then drag it out to here, then press S, then X, then scale it down only on the X-axis like this. Now put it back on the wheel by pressing G, then X, then move it to here, and I will also scale it down, the scale on the X-axis, so S, then X, and then scale it down again like this, then drag it back a little bit, something to here, and then press S, then scale it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's good right there. Now select it back again, then press Shift D, then X, then move it out like this, drag it out like this, then press S, then scale it down, then again press G, then X, then drag it back. And let me drag it out a little bit. Okay, I think that's perfect. All things are aligned perfectly. Okay, now select this wheel and select this bigger cylinder, not the smallest one, the last one. Then press Ctrl J to join them. Don't join this, the last cylinder we created. Okay, now let's mirror it to that side. So select the wheel, then go to the modifier and add a mirror modifier. Then let's turn this to here, and on the mirror object select this cylinder. So select the speaker, then select this cylinder and select this cylinder, then press Ctrl A, then select apply all, then right click and set its origin to geometry. Now the wheel is mirrored properly on this side. Okay, now let's do for this small cylinder too. So let's add a mirror modifier, then select the mirror object. Let me turn it to here, then select the mirror object cylinder. Okay, now we have finished modeling the wheel. Now let's model a simple thing in here. Okay, so select these cubes, then press Shift D, then Z, then drag it down to here, and also remove all the modifiers on it. Now press G, then X, then to this side, then press G, then Y, then put it under the handle, then press S and scale it down a little bit, then press G, then Z again, then move it up a little bit like this, then press G, then X to put it under the handle, and press R, then Z, then enter 180 to rotate it 180 degree, then press G, then X, then Y, then drag it to here between the handle and the box. Okay, let me see it from the bottom. Press G, then X, and let's move it something to this side, a little bit like this. Okay. I think that's perfect. Now press R, then X, then let's fix its rotation. I think to this side will be good. Okay, I think that's good. Now select this cube again, then press Tab to switch to edit mode, then select only this face, then press S, then scale it down like this. Now switch back to object mode, then add a mirror modifier on it, then select the mirror object, the plane on the bottom right here. Okay, now we finished modeling all things. Okay, now we have one thing to do before we move on for texturing and rigging. So select this side plane, then switch to edit mode. Turn on X-ray to see all things clearly. Now press A to select all the faces of the plane, then press Ctrl B, then drag it out a little bit like this. Not too much, but a little bit to bevel it. Okay, I think that's perfect. Now let's turn off the X-ray, then switch back to object mode. Okay, I think that's perfect. Now let's do the same thing for this side. Select it, then switch to edit mode. So the main object is on this side, so turn on X-ray, press A to select all the faces, then press Ctrl B, then bevel it a little bit like this. Turn on the X-ray, let's go back to object mode. So do this thing for all objects right here. Just a little bit, not too much. So you can see the result from this side. Okay, I think it's good. Now switch back to object mode, and finally let's do for this one. Okay, I think it's the cylinder, so leave it as it is. Okay, now the remaining one is only the bottom plane. So select it, switch to edit mode, then select all the faces and press Ctrl B and bevel it a little bit like this. Switch back to object mode. Okay, now we finished modeling all the objects. Okay, now I think let's move the wheel a little bit closer to this cube. So let me scale this cylinder, press S then X, and scale it down a little bit like this. Then select the wheel and this small cylinder, then move them as well like this. Okay, I think now it's perfectly aligned. Okay, now we finished the modeling part. So adjust some problems that will come with the beveling. So right here, as you see it, they are not aligned properly, so I will scale the bottom plane a little bit up like this, and also check every aspect of this cart. Okay, now let's rig the wheel and also the cart. So first let's apply some modifiers. So select this plane, then apply its modifier, and also for this one let's apply all the modifiers. Okay, now select the bottom plane, then try to rotate it like this, so it should rotate from its middle point. Now select all the objects except the wheel and the bottom plane. Like this, and finally select the bottom plane, then press Ctrl P, then choose object. So all objects are parented to this bottom plane. So when you move this plane, all objects will move along this plane. Also, when you rotate it, it will rotate all objects along with its origin. Okay, now press Shift A, then go to empty right here, then add the plane axis, then press G, then Z, then move it to here. Now select the wheel, then switch to edit mode by pressing tab. They are one object, so we have to separate them. So turn on this X-ray, then select only one side of the wheel, then press P, then choose selection. So it will separate this selected wheel from this one. Now turn off the X-ray, then switch back to object mode, and select the newly separated wheel, and press Ctrl A, then select apply all, and make right click, then set its origin to geometry. Okay, now select the wheel, then press in, then in the rotation, try each axis so that works for you properly. So I'll try it on the x-axis. It's rotating the wheel properly. So I'll make right click on the x-axis, then select add driver. Then leave this as scripted expression and change the expression to var times or star 3. Star means a multiplication icon. Var times 3. Then in the object, select the empty object, and in the location, set it as X location. Change this to local space. Now let's try it out by moving the empty. As you can see, it's not working on the y-axis, it's only working on the x-axis, so I don't want that to be, so I want only to be on the y-axis. So select the wheel back again, make a right click on the x-axis, then choose edit driver, then change the location to y location, then select update dependency. Now let's try it out on the y-axis. Okay, so it's rotating on the y-axis, but when we move it to front, it's rotating the wheel backward. So to fix it, select the wheel back again, then go to the driver, then change the var times 3 to -3. So add a negative in front of 3, then select update dependency. Now let's try it out. Now it's rotating the wheel properly. So when we move it backward, it's rotating to backward. When we move it forward, it's rotating to forward. Okay, now that's very good. Also select the wheel and these two cylinders right here. Then finally select the bottom plane, then press Ctrl P, then choose object. Now when we move this plane, the wheel is also moving with it together. Now select this plane axis and go to the constraint, then add a copy location constraint. In the target, select the picker and select this bottom plane. Change the world space to local space. Now when we move the plane, the wheel also rotates together. Okay, now let's do for this side too. Select this wheel, then make a right click on the x-axis, then choose add a driver, then change this to var times -3 and the object to the empty and the location to y location and world space to local space, then choose update dependency. So select these two objects from this wheel, then finally select the plane, then press Ctrl P, then choose object. Its origin is not properly aligned, its origin is right here. So press Ctrl A, then apply all, then make a right click and set its origin to geometry. Okay, now let's try it out. Select the plane, then press G, then let's move it. Okay, now it's working properly. Both sides are moving along the cart. Okay, now that's good. So let's try it out rotating. I think that's perfectly working. Yep. Okay, that's it for the rigging part. Now it's finally to texture it. So select one side of this plane, go to shading, let's zoom in closer, then click new to add a new material. So now press Shift A, then in the search for noise texture, and again press Shift A, then search for color ramp. Then connect the color of the noise texture to the factor of the color ramp, and the color of the color ramp to the base color of the principal base strip. So you will see this texture. Now select this slider right here. So its color is set to black, so select the black color, then increase the lighting and change its color as you want. So I'll leave it for now to here, and also select the white slider and change the color something as you like. And drag the sliders to get some effects like this. Okay, I'll leave it here for now. Also select this side right here, then click this icon in here, then choose the material that we created for that side. So this is material 001, so select it so it will apply for it. And also for this one, you can add the same material to it. Then also for the bottom plane, and also for the handle, and also this one. Okay, I think that's perfect. So I'll decrease the specular, they are too shiny, so I'll decrease the specular in here a little bit, something right here. Then adjust a little bit. Just play with the scale and the details on the noise texture to get more effects. Add the same material as well. It looks perfect with it. Now let's add for this side too. Okay, now let's add some black color for this one. Just create new, then decrease the lighting to here and the specular a little bit down. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, now let's go back to layout and change this to viewport. Okay, so that's it. I created this low poly cards starting from modeling, then rigging, then texturing it. So that's it, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this. So thank you for watching and have a nice blending.